I hate this episode. Throughout the whole of RWBY, leading up to this point, there's been episodes I might not have liked, but they weren't that bad. This episode, Menagerie, this is the first episode of RWBY I actually viscerally hated. Every single thing I've complained about with all the prior episodes is cranked up to 100-fold here in this dumpster fire. The dialogue is pointless, meaning they're talking a lot without saying anything substantial. It's an episode full of worthless word fluff. The conversations have been seemingly stretched out beyond belief, seemingly just to fill a semi-professional looking runtime, meaning that the already paper-thin substance for the episode just becomes padded out to a mind-numbing degree. The attempts at comedy are obviously trying too hard without any real punchline, except for Sun's existence as a character, I guess. The villains are obvious and goofy while also not actually setting anything up.
I'm not going anywhere near the White Fang. Not yet. Who says I'm done fighting?
You are! Blake, you said you were done fighting. What the fuck? The best part of the episode? Kali and Gira. I like the Belladonnas. They have great designs. They're fun characters. They get much better screen time outside of this episode, but this is where they were first introduced, so I have to give the episode that. The worst part of the episode? The animation. Oh my god, what happened? So much very suddenly and confusingly goes so wrong starting with this episode. First of all, to match the languid, plodding pace of the dialogue, suddenly the characters and camera decides to stop moving as often as possible, standing nearly completely still. No joke, when I first watched this episode, I thought this scene was just my computer screen freezing. It's not. Your screen is not frozen here. They just did this lazy of a job with it. They really shoot themselves in the foot by having the characters going on and on and on about the horribly cramped menagerie, while simultaneously showing us scenes of sprawling, vacant streets with less background characters than most school scenes from volumes 1 through 3. And the cherry on top, this is the episode where suddenly they just kind of give up on their dynamic lighting and shading. Yeah, every episode before this one had at least one scene where there was dynamic shadows, but here, suddenly everything becomes very flatly lit. It's so noticeable and weird that Miles and Carrie had to point out in the director's commentary that Sun does still have his abs, because in this scene, the way they're so flatly lit, it seems like his abs are just gone. No matter what direction the characters face, the shadows always fall the same way on their models, likely because these are the only shadows that are actually painted onto their character models. The Albane brothers' hoods and the characters' hair don't cast shadows on their faces, and the thing that really sucks is this becomes the standard for the show moving forward. For some unknown reason, they just give up on trying to light the scenes in unique ways, on giving dynamic shadows for their character models, which is very, very weird, because isn't that one of the biggest plus sides to using 3D models for your animations? That with the right engines in place, it will automatically shade your characters for you? And it's so weird that they did have dynamic shading on their faces before. Only a few episodes ago, Blake and Sun had real depth to their models, but starting here with episode 5, this quality of the show gets completely forgotten. Obviously, this is the worst episode of the volume, and it sucks that episodes 4 and 5 are such low points for the volume and happen so early on. Well, at least things are definitely going to pick back up again tomorrow.
Hey Goop, what's up? Cool binder. Hey Goop, wanna come over to my house today?
They all hated me.
So what I'm doing is I'm going to be reviewing a new episode of RWBY every day for the month of October. There's a handy dandy playlist of all the episodes in order, and a playlist from last year where I covered volumes 1 through 3. I hope you all have fun with the series. If you want to see the next episode a day early, consider becoming a patron. On that note, shout out to my $10 patrons. You're all amazing. Andrew, Valhalla Knight, Chamomile, Classy Critic, Noah Perkins, Sunny Shy, Jake, Amber, Hype Man, Isaiah, Scaring Crows, Not All That Evil, Holly, Boy Howdy Boy, Jacob, Ben Sketchbook, Rain, Omega Fighter, Trash, Wild Pilot, Josh, Twisty, Juan, Bunkin Duncan, Lycan99, Hoodie Angel, Ranger, Hut Mutt Butt, Cloudy Days, The Enigma, C1 Trooper, Sean, Primo Rune, Steve, and Overhypen.